welcome back to another episode of Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Gonna take a look at one of the beers that Albino Rhino sent me. A look at Brook Headstock IPA. Now, apparently this is a new beer from Brook. Brook is a brewery in, I believe, Oakland, Ontario? Burlington, Ontario. Sorry about that. Special release, he did a beer inventory at their location, and he's actually been invited down there several times to check out new brews, I guess. This is from their third ever batch of this particular beer, and they were actually trying to push it. Originally I was going to save this one and do this review with a friend of mine, but at the advice of Albino Rhino, he said I should do it sooner than later. It might be a couple weeks before I can go do one with my buddy Heist Almighty. So I decided to take upon myself to actually review this now. The significance of doing this one now is that in the previous two brews, they were trying to push the IBUs to pretty high, and they managed to get it up to 85 IBUs. The first two batches were 85 IBUs, and the Rhino tried one right after he got it. It was pretty potent. I really liked it, but then he went back like a 3 weeks later, tried it again, and it lost a lot of its potency, I guess. So he suggested that I do it sooner than later. I've only had it in the fridge for about a week. It's never been outside the fridge longer than it has been now. I let it warm up a little here. Anyway, for this one they tried to push the IBUs pretty darn high, and they've gotten this one all the way up to about 100. So that's what they were shooting for. Whether they actually achieved it or not, I don't know. So it's a strong beer, 7% ABV. I would imagine they are trying to push this into the category of like an imperial or a double India Pale Ale. Better Bitters Brewing Co. in Burlington, Ontario. So I've heard a lot about Brook, and I'm excited to try this. So hopefully in the future you'll get a couple more from these guys. Maybe they'll start selling their stuff in New Brunswick. Who knows? Anyway, let's crack this one open. It's got a basic Brook cap on the top here. And it's got a cool logo where it's got a cool label, inspired by Woodstock, obviously, where it's got a guitar, bird, peace symbols, music, and of course a couple of hops on there. It is an IPA. So without further ado, let's crack this one open and give it a try. Oh cool, there's something under the cap. It is penny for your thoughts, nickel for your thirst. Aw, isn't that just nice? Pour that into my Sam Adams perfect pint glass. Oh wow, look how dark that is. Wow. Jeez, that's really dark for an India Pale Ale. I can say in the last couple of days I actually had a finger and a half ahead. Really dark and very cloudy, and there's stuff in it, so it looks like it's unfiltered. Anyway, finish what I was saying. In the last couple of days, I had a chance to try a Garrison Imperial IPA, and I noticed that my taste buds are starting to change a little. I'm now able to drink more hoppier beers, because that one was like 80 IBUs, and I just drank it like water. So another IPA, double IPA I've had recently was a couple weeks ago. I had the Tidal Wave double IPA from Big Tide, and the guys there, they said that beer exceeded 100, so I don't know if I really believe that or not. I know that it was easy to drink, and it wasn't incredibly bitter for a double IPA, but it was really, really good. This one, it's got a nice head, creamy, but not absolutely dense. It's not like as dense as some of the other double IPAs I've seen. It is, however, very, very dark. Like, it's got like a brown amber look to it instead of the standard orange you expect. So it's actually coming across to me as a bit dark. This is a really dark IPA from what I've seen. Let's give it a sniff. Wow. There's a lot of grapefruit citrus hop smell coming off of that. Smells really nice. It's not like it comes out and grabs at your nose and pulls your nose out of its socket. It's just that it's a nice, pleasant grapefruit smell. Perhaps with a touch of sweet pale malts and a touch of like caramel malt as well. Maybe a little bit of pininess and spruciness to that hop smell as well. But it's not an overpoweringly smelly beer. It's just a nice, mellow, pleasant smelling IPA. Smells really good too. Let's give it a taste. Whoa. Nice and bitter. But it's also coming out with some nice malty character, so it's well balanced. You've got your citrus hops, but you've also got your piney and your sprucey kind of tasting of hops too as well. And maybe a touch earthy as well. It tastes kind of like they were using a combination of different hops. In the end, it works quite well. It's not coming across to me as bitter as like the Garrison Imperial IPA, but that one really, maybe it has not as quite as high as IBUs, or maybe it's higher IBUs than they're advertising, but it doesn't hit you as hard. There's a nice caramel sweetness to the body of this beer that actually kind of grabs your tongue, that actually kind of mutes that bitterness. Make sure it's still recording. And there's a little bit of fruitiness to the taste as well, like a tropical mango or something. Maybe pineapple. Nice caramel malt. Oh yeah, you can really taste the tropical fruit to that. Wow, that's some good. So it is quite bitter, but I wouldn't call it 100 IBUs bitter. I've had this in my fridge for a week now, and it took a week for it to get here. So whether it was brand new at the time it was sent to me or not, I'm not sure. But perhaps it's not as bitter as it could be. But it's certainly nicely bitter. A really tasty IPA. The body-wise, it's not as heavy and thick as like a double IPA would be. It's kind of like your standard full body, like medium body beer, as far as like an IPA goes. It's pretty much a perfect IPA. Wow, that's really good. I love that tropical taste in the back, and it finishes quite dry too. Anyway, I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Brook Headstock. So what did I think of this one? Really nice, actually. Sitting down to drink it, I noticed that the smell and taste started to convey, like it didn't start, it was there before, I just didn't notice it. A floral hop aroma in with that. They must have used a plethora of different hop types in this beer to create such a complex aroma and such a complex taste. The only slight against it I have is that the malt backbone of this one here isn't really well defined. It's sweet. Doesn't really come, I mean, it is caramel sweetened a little bit, but it doesn't really have much to say other than just a standard sweetness to go along with balancing out that hop character. Other than that, I thought it was actually a really delicious IPA. I can't call myself a hophead per se, but I do like sitting down with a nice IPA, especially lately for some reason. And I'm pleasantly surprised with this one. I think that this one actually is a really nice IPA, and I think that Brook should be making this and perhaps across Canada. Think big, man. Think big. So honestly, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5, just because I thought it was really good. IPAs perhaps I like a little better maybe, or like Propeller IPA, or Garrison's Imperial IPA, or that really nice one-off from Big Tide, the Tidal Wave Double IPA. If they were trying to pitch this one as a double IPA, though, it's not quite there yet. It's a nice, really nice tasting standard IPA, but as for anything more than that, it's just an IPA. But a damn good start, and knowing that this is only the third time that they brewed this is actually a great start. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh man, I really like that tropical note that comes out with those hops. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review, and hope you enjoyed watching this review. You're not throwing your mouse at your computer screen just yet, or TV screen, or whatever. And thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.